Furiosa Mad Max Saga is a non-stop thrill ride. I know that's a wicked generic description, but it's quite apt for this propulsive new prequel. This is the fifth entry in the Mad Max franchise, which has been going strong for nearly half a century. For those unfamiliar, the series is set in Australia as a post-apocalyptic wasteland where various factions fight over gasoline, or guzzling as they call it. The protagonist, Max, is a rogue cop who suffers a terrible tragedy and becomes a reluctant hero that defends communities from colorful ne'er-do-wells. It made a star out of Mel Gibson as the titular road warrior and continues to include exhilarating action sequences as helmed by series co-creator and director George Miller. All these flicks are worth watching and full of highlights like deadly boomerangs and Tina Turner doing outstanding work as both actor and singer. 2015's Fury Road particularly remains an astounding achievement on all fronts, setting a gold standard for the recent stream of legacy sequels. Now on to Furiosa, which is the first not to feature the character of Max, and instead focuses on Imperator Furiosa, so indelibly played previously by Charlize Theron. Here she's ably portrayed by Anya Taylor-Joy. We follow her progression into the ultimate badass as she travels the treacherous Badlands in her quest for vengeance. Prequel movies can often be a mixed bag. Some are absolute classics while others are quite weak. Furiosa luckily falls into the former categories. It's full of exciting car chases and wild character makeup. Additionally, the continuity in these movies has usually been pretty loose, but this does a great job of expanding upon the universe. It's cool that Miller and company wanted to do something different rather than gild the lily with a direct sequel to Fury Road. The considerable level of detail and relentless pace make it quite easy to get sucked into this crazy world. Australia already seems like a scary place to me, with dingoes hopping around and people playing didgeridoos, but this desolate hellscape feels especially frightening. In the midst of all this chaos, Furiosa is a riveting lead who evades death with her sheer ingenuity and brawn. She's an often laconic presence, but Anya Taylor-Joy brings so much life to her, primarily with movements and expressions. Chris Hemsworth looks like he's having a ball, playing against type as the despicable yet captivating Dementus. He's a deranged warlord with an insatiable lust for power. There's just so much to take in as George Miller's passion and craft for action cinema remains superlative. Unfortunately, this movie isn't exactly killing it at the box office so far. Excluding 2020, this was the lowest grossing Memorial Day weekend since 1995 when the number one movie was Casper. I guess people were ghosting that one, am I right? You definitely shouldn't ghost Furiosa though, as it's well worth your time. If you haven't seen it yet, fill up your car with gasoline, drive over to the theater while avoiding foes on the road, and see it on the biggest screen possible. It'll feel as though you're experiencing Valhalla in cinematic form.